Welcome back to the Mail-In Podcast. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday, everybody. I'll be your host today, Brett Merriman. To my right, I have the lovely Sally deFries in the building.
I've got a lot going on right now. We might need to cut the feed for the beginning of the...
Are we good over there?
Yeah. Made an outfit choice. Okay.
It's a good outfit.
I was going for like half put together, half not.
Okay.
If you're not watching on YouTube, I'm wearing a button down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing one of Brett's bolos that he's letting me borrow.
Western Sal.
These are not blue bonnets. They're blue roses.
Yeah, they're blue roses.
My Nike Studio Fleece sweat shorts, my new favorite thing. Shouts to Nike.
Me too.
Some loafers, and then a really lovely contusion bruise on my shin, and where I got a little cyst taken out 2 weeks ago that is infected.
Nice.
Love that for
it
me.
looked like you kicked a...
This right here,
Golly.
we're going on the boat on Sunday.
Oh, boat, yeah.
No, not even on the boat. Pre-boat. I was getting shit together for the boat.
Uh-huh.
And I like ran into something and I looked down while we were in the car. And I mean, this thing, now it's like yellow bruise, but it was like huge.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly hit some sort of blood vessel right there that like exploded because I had this huge lump on my leg.
As somebody equally fair.
Yeah.
You can bump into something. We get the yellows and the purples because you can see it. You can see it all with us. But boat stuff, like you'll never have more bruises than just being around a boat all summer.
Yeah.
Just the little nicks and knacks you get and dock stuff.
I went tubing on Sunday. I did allude to this on my Instagram with 5-year-olds. Okay. 5 and 6-year-olds. We're not talking like no one's trying to throw me off a tube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3 of the children were going, including my own son. And I was like, I'll get on. It's one of those like sofa things too.
Yeah.
You're not even laying flat. You're sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't move my neck the next day.
Yeah.
It's like every little bump you have to strain so that you don't get hurt. And then like there was a couple times we were on there, we're feeling a little adventurous. So the driver does a couple like, donuts and then drives us through it. And like just that. And again, we're going, I don't know what a normal boat speed is, but we're going about half of what normal is because there's children. And like even going 2 inches off the tube wrecked my body.
Just smoked you.
So I'm like, I don't even know what I would feel like because at one point we were like, all the moms were going to get on. We were like, yeah. And we were telling our friend Michael, like, the moms are getting on. Let's go wild. And then we couldn't do it because all the kids were freaking out that all the moms were going. We had some crying babies, etc. So we weren't allowed to do it. But had we, like, that was our saving grace, was that the kids were pissed and not going to let us go. Because had all 4 moms gotten on there, I don't think any of us would have been able to walk the next day.
It's tough. It's tough. I almost like tubing, like sitting down like that, I almost think is probably worse than normal tubing where you're like laying on your stomach and grabbing the handle.
Yeah, it's probably bad for your spine that you're like
you're just sitting and going like doom, doom, doom like
that.
Especially even going slow when everything's like amplified. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got smoked as a mid-30s.
It was really upsetting.
You don't have it anymore.
Tubing's fun too. Like I want to go out there and absolutely get smoked, but I think for that to happen, I'd have to have like a deep tissue massage lined up, several muscle relaxers. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I haven't been tubing in I don't know how long, but there was nothing like when when you get tossed out of the wake and you just start fucking humming.
Well, we kept trying to do that, and we were. At one point, I was on with 2 of my friend's daughters, like 2 little girls, and then my adult friend, my mom friend. Okay. So it was 4 of us, and we kept trying to get off the wake, but like leaning, but we didn't weigh enough to push us over.
That's on the driver.
Part of it was because he wasn't cutting enough, but like you know when you're riding the side of the wake and you're like, if we lean enough, we're gonna go over.
Sure, yeah.
We didn't because the collective weight was not high enough.
Oh man, we used to do like you get 2 tubes out there, you have tube wars.
Yeah,
and it was
try to knock people off.
Yeah, it was like you versus the other person, and the last one on wins.
Too old.
Or you would get one big tube. And you have 2 people on the one tube and you'd like interlock the arms.
Oh yeah. That's how man. You always got to ride with somebody else. It's not as fun if riding out there by yourself. You got to be with the other person.
I loved when you would tube and like I would drive people tubing and you would see it coming. There was a move you could do where you basically like wrap it out, then gun it, get them around, and it would whip around back into the wave that you just created.
Yeah.
And you were just launching people 10 feet in the air.
We would do tube wars, like 2 and 2, and we would, again, would never do this now, but would like jump from one tube to the other. Like, what were we doing?
We were kids. Who's the best? Randy.
I know a girl who lost her thumb in tubing.
Oh.
So just
get like caught in the rope.
Yep.
Yes.
Yikes. So, guys, PSA.
I'm more of a wake surf guy at this point.
Never wake surfed.
Really?
Oh, you've never cracked a beer and wake surfed?
No.
You've never seen it on everyone's story that's ever done it ever?
It's the best one. Like
the worst part about summer in Texas is that like for the first like month, people are just posting their dumb wake surfing videos, and I'm talking directly to Brett.
I keep it to stills.
Care.
I keep it to stills.
It's like posting your wake surfing content is like the same thing to me as like posting your like fishing content. It's just so cringe. I just don't care. And like
you say that about every piece of content.
I am aware. I know that I post cringy content too, but I'm just saying like. There is a slew of them in the beginning of the summer. I'm like, here we go. It's wake surfing 2 weeks of just people wake surfing.
To be fair, I didn't know a picture was being taken of me.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't know that like people were looking at me while my hair was blowing in the wind and they were tossing me a beer.
There is of the top 10 feelings on planet Earth, of which I'm sure like seeing your child be born is one, getting married is probably 2. Wake surfing with a beer in your hand is probably like 7.
Don't you feel a little bit, Randy, like wake surfing is really performative?
It is. And here's my problem with it. I think one, you see it, a little jealous. I'm not on a boat, whatever. But then it's also like it never looks as cool as I definitely know the person thinks it does. Unless you're doing cool tricks or something, you're like, oh yeah, you're just bobbing. You're not that athletic.
So wake surfing period is kind of more of like a cruise to begin with.
Can I just say this is why I don't like wake surfing because I personally don't do it. Okay. I've like tried to wakeboard one time and it went really poorly. But as a rider on the boat, wake surfing's terrible because you're not going fast enough that it's so freaking hot that it's like it's kind of miserable to be on the boat.
You're not at cruise speed.
If you go out, like, this is probably a problem that's very specific to Texas, but like, if you go out in the morning when it's still cool, like whatever, I'm down to like watch you wake surf, but you're not going fast enough for it to be an enjoyable boat ride. Now you're just baking in the hot sun. So that is my problem.
The other thing that people complain about, which I get, is a lot of the times when you're wake surfing, it's not a long. Usually, like unless you're trying to whatever. If you're a wake surfer that's done it for a while, you can stay in the wake for a long time. It's usually not like a extended ride, so it's a lot of stop go. Yeah. People get up, fall. You lose the wake. Like
that's why I don't do it.
Yeah,
because my sister has is it a wake surfing boat? Like there's specific boats that do it, right?
There's just ski boats, yeah.
Yeah, so they have a boat. All like her whole family does it. They took Fritz out one time, which was really fun. Like he loved it. But I'm like, the reason that I don't learn is because I know that that's going to be annoying for everyone else. I would go out with my sister if she wanted to be like, I'll just take just you.
Just you. Yeah, like a dedicated learning
at like
day.
9 a.m. But again, that's never works because we don't have like a free weekday and then you're not doing it on a weekend. But I don't want to be the person who's causing everyone else to go, like that's not worth it to me.
Oh, you almost had it.
Almost had it. I'm like,
but it is when somebody does get up after that, everybody celebrates. It is fun.
I don't have too much problem with wake surfing in general. I've never done it. I would love to do it. I'm not going to put it on my story.
You don't have to.
It just all you're doing is bobbing up and down. It's like, oh, sick,
dude. You don't
fucking yeah, bro. Hell yeah. He's on the fucking wakeboard.
You don't just have to bob up and down.
Let me hit that with a fire emoji. That's fucking sick, dude.
You can do stuff. You can go up and down the wake if you want.
Oh, dude, you can go up and down.
Why do you think people like actual surf?
Do a fucking flip or something.
I guess you could in theory, but
oh my God.
Do you hate actual surfers?
No, because that's part of nature and there's huge waves and that's way harder.
I actually kind of agree about this.
If Zuckerberg can do it, I don't think like it's that impressive.
It's not that hard. I'm just saying it's like,
oh my God, does Zuckerberg post wake surfing videos?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's out. Brett, you are not allowed to post it like that.
He did one with he was holding the American flag. In one
oh
hand.
no, that means you've gone full cringe.
He's
You're not allowed
gone
to
full cringe.
If Zuckerberg's posting it, it's over.
The only cool wake surfing video I've ever seen, which I don't know if it was real, it could have been fake. This guy does it, gets on it, and like he's just doing it, and then he gets back up and like shows the boat, and like there was no one else on the boat, so he like goes right.
That is,
I was like, it's risky. I'm like, but that was kind of sick that you did that.
I've seen stuff. It's got to be fake. I mean, because if you fall or if it doesn't work, your boat's toast.
Yeah,
like there's no way. But especially like a $400,000 boat.
I think there are videos of people trying it and the boat crashes. So we'll have to look it up. But
oh man.
Anyways, part jealousy, part whatever. The people have
Randy,
questions.
if we go out again, let's take you out, get you up.
Okay.
Or you can wakeboard. I mean that's fun too.
Yeah,
because that's more like you go out and you can do jumps and stuff.
I think part of my reasoning, the reason we're gonna end this boat conversation in a second, but the reason I like tubing is because multiple people get to partake at one time.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Like I don't know. I just am like one person getting off the boat to like show off to everyone. I'm like, can we not? I'm like, huh. Mostly my problem with that is like on the weekends. When you're like, the lake is too busy for this. Stop trying to slalom in the middle of like this busy ass lake.
The one,
like, what are you talking about? There's like waves everywhere. You think this is a good idea? Like
the one skiers that get up and they like, and then they're like, it's too choppy. I can't do it. Like, you can't do what? You can't do what you would normally do?
I actually think slaloming looks pretty tight, but when they're on glass. But again, you gotta like
anything on glass looks cool.
But
tubing on glass is the best.
Okay, let's end the boat talk.
Get out of the way and skid across like a hockey puck.
Oh my God.
Sally, we have a sad one to start. And not a sad one. Let me rephrase.
A heavy one. It is kind of a heavy episode.
It is.
Or hard hitters.
Hard hitter. Here we go. Let's help our man out here. Hi, Brett, Sally, and Randy. I am a 31-year-old male who was recently diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, diffuse large B cell, and have undergone 1 round of chemo so far. I'll do my infusions every 21 days, and overall, I'm doing fine physically. Some good days, some bad days, but no nausea or headaches, thankfully. Mentally, I'm more worried about the effects of chemo than dying. I know the effects of chemo are cumulative, so I'm not looking forward to that. I do think the baldness suits me, though. On the topic of death and life, my wife, who's a 32-year-old female, is 22 weeks pregnant with our first child. A baby boy due in December, just after I finish chemo. The hard thing for me is fighting the guilt that I have that I brought a new life into this world with the potential of me exiting it if my cancer doesn't respond well to the chemo or if it comes back. Death is whatever to me. It's a natural part of life, and let's be honest, it's always a possibility with the big C. The thought of death is not what worries me. It's the thought of leaving behind my beautiful and loving wife as a single mother and missing out on a life's worth of memories. Talk about the ultimate FOMO. She doesn't deserve that, and the thought of that makes me sick. The guilt of what have you done certainly exists and is hard for me to manage. It all feels like the universe is playing a cruel joke on us. How much can one family endure? I know therapy would be helpful, but I am just completely over spending another minute in a hospital, doctor's office, or seeing yet another new doctor. I've started Lexapro, and I take, quote, gummies. Sorry that you live in Texas. That's to us. And both have helped with anxiety, but not with the guilt and, quote, weight of it all. What else can I do to overcome this mental hurdle? Sally, from a medical perspective, any tips on getting through chemo besides the standard go for walks, get outside, etc.? Thankfully, my wife is a nurse, and she has been an amazing caretaker, but when she works, the days I work from home and I'm alone can be isolating and tough. I miss meeting my clients face-to-face. I miss the hustle and bustle of my office, and the lack of meaningful social interaction is also so tough. FYI, for folks wanting to support somebody with cancer or any illness, saying, just let me know if you need anything, or let me know how I can help, doesn't really help at all. Just do something. gift cards, cleaning services, making food, a card with a thoughtful note, or anything really, without asking the already busy and exhausted cancer patient to tell you what they need. While it might seem helpful to say that, or you just don't know what to say because it's awkward, in reality, it's not helpful at all. Not being ungrateful, and we do appreciate your concern, just giving you some inside baseball on how those phrases can feel empty from our perspective. Because in reality, it likely means nothing will be done. P.S. Randy, let's play Baldur's Gate 3 together sometime. I don't know what Baldur's Gate is, but Randy.
It's like a Dungeons and Dragons RPG game.
He's a paladin. My wife, who's a bard, and I have easily put 500 plus hours into it. Nerd alert, we can show you the ropes. Also, any tips for starting a D&D campaign for folks who have never done it? It's been something we've wanted to do with our friends for a long time, but have never started. It seems like a huge undertaking, but I thought, what better time to try it than now? All the best, your newly bald and longtime listener, Uncle G.
Yeah, this is heavy. I'll just start off with the D&D stuff. Just DM me, and I got some stuff that like I got some people into.
The most important part of the question. Let's get to the D&D stuff.
D&D stuff.
Just DM me, and I'll let you know. Shouts to Baldur's Gate BG3.
BG3. Oh my man. Well, first of all, thank you for listening. One, thank you for writing in and giving us some time and giving us your time over the years. And fuck cancer. I intimately know. And I think the most impressive thing about this note is the perspective this guy has.
Yeah.
On life, on death, on his family, on, you know, the kind of the battle he's going through, keeping it light, but also knowing like it does suck in the moment. And it's, I don't know. I want to first sympathize with this guy because he seems like the absolute man.
Yeah.
And then we can help him build up after that. But I just wanted to say, one, thank you. And two, you have an incredible perspective on everything.
So I agree with you. Working backwards, we already addressed the Dungeons.
We got the
Dragons.
D&D thing. Yeah.
If you don't have social, email me, Randy at
DM
Media.
Randy. Actually, I'll give you. He did put his social,
okay,
so I'll give it to you after the episode.
Instagram's better than Twitter.
What he said about, and you and I have talked about this before, because I think you both felt similarly when your dads died about, and your mom died about, like people saying like, "Hey,
just
I'm
let
here.
me know how I can help." Yeah, I totally agree with this guy.
I think in general, I don't have personal experience of having cancer or having lost someone to cancer, but similar statements were said when I was postpartum, things like that. Like when somebody's going through something tough, whether it's grief, whether it's their own illness, whether it's just had a baby, etc. Most people, the collective like society, are going to say like, "Oh my gosh, here for you, whatever you need," and then not offer it. And you and I have talked about that before, of like trying to tell our listeners and each other that's not helpful. Commiserate with them. This sucks. Really sorry. And then just do things. And your best example was like when you were going like through losing your parents. My best example was the same thing. Like I'm going through postpartum depression and people just showing up, right? Like whether it's with a meal or coming over or saying like, "Hey, how you doing? Let's go grab a beer." Like just making the plans.
Yep.
I totally agree with this guy on that. And I do think for everyone listening, let's learn from the examples that we have and like be doers, not sayers.
Totally.
However, I am going to give this as a caveat to everyone else as well, including ourselves, is that you will have friends who do that for you. And that is awesome. And you will hopefully be that friend who does that for somebody. However, to Uncle G / ourselves / anybody else going through this, people inherently don't know how to handle this stuff.
Sure.
And they're probably going through their own like guilt. You know, they're probably thinking, "Oh my gosh, this is so horrible. Like his wife is pregnant, they're young, etc. I don't know what to do. Like I'm going to reach out via text and just say, let me know if you need anything," because they truly don't know how to act in the moment. I think people who have been through it know how to act, right? Like now that you've been through it, same thing as like being postpartum. Now that I've been through it, I know I can't wait for a mom to come to me and say, I need this. I just act.
Mm-hmm.
Same way for you with grief. Unfortunately, sometimes the onus is on us.
Yeah, you have to learn that too. Like,
and you have to learn that, and it feels kind of isolating. You're like, why isn't anybody reaching out to me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this guy's wrong for that. Like, that's the unfortunate part of the situation, is that until somebody else has been through it, they really cannot support you in the way that you need. And when you need support, sometimes it is on you to say that to somebody, like to call up Randy and be like, hey, I'm really lonely today. You want to play Dungeons and Dragons? The added cancer element of it is difficult because he probably is immunocompromised and not able to be around a lot of people, especially as we're like heading into flu season, et cetera. You've got to be really, and like having a pregnant wife and all these things.
Sure.
So it is going to be on him a little bit to like reach out to friends. And I hate saying that because I wish that wasn't the case. I wish that you had a community rallying around you, and you probably do, but they're rallying around you in a way that is not helpful for you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes just being honest with your friends about that, or your brother or your parents or a random internet stranger, is like, hey, I really need like some face-to-face time today, even if it's like over FaceTime.
Sure. Yeah. And with the cancer piece of it too, it's like if you're having just an exhausting day, like, pop an Ambien, pop a Lexapro and go and take a nap, because that's probably the best thing your body needs.
Yeah.
If you're having a good day and feeling less exhausted, or maybe you're in between, you're like, my dad, the week of chemo was like awful. The week off was like, oh, he's like up and playing golf and shit like that. So if you're having a good day on an off week, like maybe you do reach out to somebody, and you don't, do some activity that makes you get your mind off cancer for a while, or whatever it might be. But I agree with this guy. Like, it sucks to have the onus on you for it. It just is helpful to provide some, a catalyst sometimes. But
I have a very not a random piece of advice, but maybe this will help. He has a really great perspective, and I think he has a very good knowledge base going in of like, I'm fine now, I might not be fine later.
Sure.
Which I think is a very accurate description.
Totally.
I think as the chemo progresses, it's going to get harder.
Yeah,
it's not trying to like, I'm not trying to like sugarcoat it. So while you have the energy and the like wherewithal now, reach out to your friends and be like, I'm about to be really tired, and I'm about to be like, even on my good days, I'm not going to want to reach out. I need you to just come check on me. Like, I tell the people that you're close with that are not your wife, because she's already going to be there checking on you. Like, just give them a heads up. And I'm only saying this because, again, my experience is more postpartum, but like, I knew with our second that I was going to need help. And so I like told friends like, hey, last time was really tough on me. Like, just text me and make sure I'm doing okay. I know that feels like it's hard for people to reach out and tell people that, because you don't want to seem selfish, and you're trying to be like, no, I can like handle this by myself, especially as somebody who like feels like you can handle it all.
Yeah.
Right. And you're also grappling with the guilt of like, my wife's pregnant. I'm trying not to be like really needy, blah, blah, blah. But like, you also are going through a huge battle.
Totally.
That's just one tip I could say. I don't know if that is something that you're comfortable with. I don't know if that's for everybody, but if you have close enough friends that you can say like, I'm good now, but like here's my weeks of chemo. If you will just like reach out to me the day after, like put a reminder on your phone. If I had a friend who told me that, I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. And it's not selfish to say. It's also like not bitchy to say to your friends. Like, everyone's got stuff going on. And I'm not saying that your cancer is not important. I'm saying that like that person might have a presentation at work and totally forget that you have chemo. And I guarantee you they want to know that you have chemo so that they can check on you. And if I had somebody be like, here's my schedule, text me.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I agree. I do want to get to the crux of his question, though, where it's like the weight of it all.
Yeah.
One, let me give you a little anecdote here, a little optimistic. My cousin, shouts to Bridget, who was diagnosed with the exact, I checked, because I read this email yesterday, I checked with her yesterday, the exact same cancer. Stage 4, non-Hodgkin's, diffuse large B-cell. She was 12 years old. I'm going to a wedding with her next weekend.
Nice.
And she is 10 years cancer-free.
Yeah.
So it certainly can be beat.
Yes.
And can be beat with like 0 repercussions afterwards. She goes, she does her like, first it's 3 months, then it's 6 months. And then I think now she goes back every like once a year, basically to get her blood drawn.
Yeah.
And she's been aces ever since.
Yeah.
So on the cancer front, obviously, there's new stuff every single day that gives people, more hope or really even like gives them, it's almost curable is not the right word, right? But like
treatment options
are
getting
more
better,
voluminous than they ever have and getting better. And same with chemo. And I would love one day that chemo is a thing of the past and we were like, what were we doing to our bodies? But I like that you're, some people are like, I'm never doing chemo. And then, Steve Jobs of it all. But good for you for sticking to it, stick to your treatment, treat your body right. Obviously your body's going to need nutrients. And I remember like basically pouring protein shakes down my dad's throat. Like, no, it sucks. This is going to help you. And it did for, a long time. But to give you a bit of a hope or optimistic front, this stuff can be beat, and it can be beat for a long time, and knock on wood in perpetuity. So keep fighting, and prognosis is, sometimes it probably feels not good, but there are stories of absolute success. So keep that in mind.
So I'll say something here that like he says how deal with the guilt of it all. I think first of all, this sucks that you're going through it, but the guilt, like this isn't your fault. And like, I'm sure so many people already told you that, but like you shouldn't feel too guilty about something that you have no control over, that you are trying your best to defeat. And like that, it sucks. Like the guilt of bringing in new life and maybe not being there, that's more like an anxiety than I would say guilt. You shouldn't I feel agree. Like you're like we're responsible for this.
And it sounds start. Like, worst case scenario, I think you can go to sleep at night knowing that your wife and you have built a community. You guys have people that care about you. We care about you. Your parents, whatever situation that might be, your family, your friends. Like worst case scenario, if it all goes to shit and you aren't around, like my dad had a similar concern, and we told him and his brothers and sisters and my family, like they're gonna be all right. They're good. We're good. I'm good. My sister's good. Your wife will be good. Your child will be good. Worst case scenario, everybody's going to be good. Everybody's going to be supported. Everybody's going to do just fine. Best case scenario, you don't have to worry about that ever.
Yeah.
But I think just kind of let me level with you that even on those dark days when you're like, man, this could go to shit, everybody's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because of what you built.
Right.
Throughout your 30-something years of life. And so be proud of that, know that, and take solace in that.
Yeah.
Now, so worst case scenario out of the way, the guilt kind of like, so hopefully that helps you in the thinking, the existential piece of it. In the meantime, the loneliness, the, like this is a shitty day. My wife's at work. I don't really have much going on at work. Like you do have to fill that time. And maybe it's a shitty day, a chemo day. You don't feel up to your best. You're not trying to like go to the YMCA and run 5s with your boys kind of thing. Maybe that's when you write, or maybe that's when you said you don't want to go to do the therapy route. And I get that from, you don't want to go to a doctor's office, and like, there are online options for that. We've talked about BetterHelp before. I've used BetterHelp before. If you just want somebody to talk to, that's totally totally out of the world of what you've been dealing with that knows how to do that in a better, you know, professional sense, that's always an option. But I would just find something that, you know, chews up hours and can feel productive, whether that's writing, whether that's reading, whether that's um, taking on a new just thing. And it can be totally like ambiguous or something like that. That's, you know, whether that gives you a little social interaction, maybe that's like, you know, you talk about the communities you have with D&D, and I know like that world is a very community-based world that gives a lot of people social interaction. So maybe you dive into that kind of stuff. Um, maybe it is gaming and you're more online kind of stuff. Maybe it is taking walks and interacting in the neighborhood or something like that, but just something to pass the time. I know that's such a like squishy way to say it, but you need that. Like my dad watched Yellowstone like 9 times.
Yeah.
On his bad weeks, just the whole series.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I know that I get a lot of shit for telling people that they need to go to therapy. I do think that would help only, but I totally understand what he's saying of like, I'm done.
Yeah,
with the medical
I just
system.
don't want to be in the medical system. Yeah.
What I think therapy can do, and you can do this in other ways, which I think is what Brett is saying, is like, it's just learning how to change your mindset when you start going down a spiral. And a therapist usually can give you like coping mechanisms of like, oh, you're starting a spiral about an existential crisis, or you feel really guilty and you can't get that out of your mind, or like you feel like shit and then now you're feeling guilty about feeling like shit, et cetera, et cetera. Let me stop you there. Somebody can give you those tools, but that's also what you just said is like a hobby can help with that. A community can help with that. You know, a workout routine can help with that. A lot of different things can do that for you without seeking help from a therapist.
Sure.
I think the most important thing here is to know that you already have a good head on your shoulders. You already have a good community. You have a supportive wife. You have people rallying around you. It's also okay to just be feeling like shit.
100%.
Like I want to make sure that is known. It sounds like I think that he has a really like good perspective on this, but I think for people who are trying to be positive and like get through this, sometimes you just like need to wallow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so I want to say like, I think we've laid out a lot of options. I think he probably knows a lot of options.
Yeah.
It also sounds like he really knows himself. So like the days that you're just like, this sucks, I'm just going to lay here and be depressed.
Yep.
Just sucks. Lay there and be depressed.
Just let it suck. My dad always talked about days. He's just like, I didn't want to fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like myself included. And there are days when you're just like, this sucks. This is unfair.
Yeah.
What did I do to the world to make this happen? And it just fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And Uncle G, I'm there with you.
Yeah.
You know, and so the one thing I would say just quickly on the therapy front / medical system, there are, you know, Lexapro, I'm not sure exactly what Lexapro is from like an SSRI situation, but there are other medications like a Klonopin or something like that that can help with the existential of it all, the spiraling of it all. And that maybe that's something your doctor can also tack on or, you know, have just in case. Like I'm prescribed Klonopin, not every day, just like a as needed dose when sometimes I gotta get out of my own head on stuff and staring through the computer screen a little bit, which I'm sure this guy
sounds like he's got the gummies for that.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Good for him.
Unfortunately, those give me more anxiety, but do we think we covered all bases on this question?
Yeah.
Well, again, appreciate you listening. Fuck cancer. Go beat it because it's certainly beatable. So, and tune in, just listen to us ramble sometimes. Maybe Uncle G can give us opinions on Labor Day. Maybe we can give him some homework.
I forgot. Yeah.
Uncle G, give us some Labor Day mascots and colors. We need it, and food to make for Labor Day vacations.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our friends over at Warby Parker real quick, though. Big Warby guy. You're a Warby girl. Randy's like doubled down on Warby Parker because he needs it. Those dang eyes over there.
They don't
ain't
work
seeing what they used to.
Don't work so good.
That's right. That's right. Why is buying glasses always so complicated, overpriced? Just trying to buy glasses, not feel like I need a spreadsheet to understand what's going on. If you've never personally worn glasses, like myself, Randy, it can be a little bit of a hassle, correct? To get all the things done.
Oh yeah.
That's where Warby's here. Quality, price, selection, customer service, all things you'll love about Warby Parker. Once you buy from Warby Parker, you'll realize how much easier they've made the entire process. So ease of use is one thing. They're just good looking shades, good looking goggles, if you will. Sally's a big fan of the virtual try-on process.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm a big fan of, since I have a big old noggin, you can pick your frame by like width.
Yeah.
So you have like wide head, super wide head, narrow head, whatever you need. They have a pair of glasses for you. Randy, your customer service interaction. I want to hear about it.
Very, very good. Had a problem with my prescription. That was because of my doctor, not because of Warby Parker. But they were able to do exchanges for me very quickly. It was all part of the process. I went in there and they helped me out very easily. They have great customer service with all that.
My man. You used to have to choose between flimsy, outdated styles or spending half your paycheck. Warby Parker changed that. Their glasses start at $95, so you can actually get quality and stylish frames at an affordable price. So right now, buy one pair of glasses and get 20% off any additional pairs at warbyparker.com/mail. That's 20% off any additional pairs when you purchase one pair at warbyparker.com/mail. How about the next one? So,
yeah, let me get to the rundown. Okay. Mailing crew. My girlfriend and I have been dating for a year now. We both work in similar industries and are at similar places in our careers and do well for ourselves. One thing that has always bugged me a little is anytime we go out, whether it's to dinner, a concert, a sporting event, or if we're in line at concessions, her instinct is always that she'll pay for herself. And I'll go, I'm paying for you too. And on my first insistence, she'll give in. I am traditional and just generally feel like it's my role to provide. And when she does this, it takes away from the joy and feeling of caring for her I get. But then it also feels strange that while she always offers to pay for herself, it's rarely, if ever, accompanied by an offer to pay for me as well. It feels like a deliberate separation of us, even though we're together. I typically just chalk her offering to pay for herself as a way of showing love for me, that she doesn't expect me to pay for her every time and just move on. A few days ago, however, I got a targeted job posting for the same role as her at her current employers, and the salary range meant that she could potentially be earning $100,000 more than me. Having learned this, I'm now pretty hurt. Now, not that she's making more than me. I have always been so proud of her and all of her successes, and her being incredibly accomplished is what drew me to her in the first place. What hurts is that in a year in together, I've been paying for 95% of everything despite her making significantly more than me. And that offers to pay solely for herself actually annoy me even more now. Am I being irrational? Sure, she might not know that she's making more than me, let alone how much more. But if you're making as much as she is, you should on occasion think to foot the bill for someone you love, right? How do I bring this up with her? P.S. I know Sally loves this is the price of the gender wage gap argument. However, my girlfriend is white and I am not, and the wage gap only applies to white women with respect to white men. White women make more than non-white men. So if that's the advice, she should be paying for all of our dates. Love you guys. Okay.
Damn. He brought in stats.
He brought in stats, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
Non-white, Hispanic, Black men make less than white women. Asian men make more than white women. White men make more than everyone.
All right. Hold on.
Okay. But those are just the stats. I am a little confused about this.
Okay.
I think he doesn't really have a grip on what he wants. Personally,
I think he's equating. He's wrong. He's not what I'm trying to say, but I think he's leaning too into equating love and like
paying. we have dealt with this question before. I've personally dealt with this. I think finances, like at what point are you telling someone that you're dating how much you make? Randy, do you know how much your girlfriend makes?
About.
Okay.
I guess I haven't asked like exact numbers, but yeah, I know how much she makes.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, good question. I don't know that I ever knew how much my previous girlfriends
made.
Like
And you were with them for
probably
a long
a range
chunk of
is
time.
fair, but yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's hard because it's like, at what point is a good time to be like, so how much you make? Because honestly, I don't think that that's something that Will and I talked about till we even like considered.
No, I was gonna say, I think the first thing that would make sense is to be like, what's your range for like moving in together?
Yeah.
What are you trying to spend? And you can kind of be like, that's where you kind of either extrapolate or sort of back into a number. If she's like, I want to spend like $500 on an apartment a month, it's like, well, really? Or I want to, I can go to $4,000.
That's like hard
like,
because some people are down to spend their entire salary and some people are really frugal.
Yeah.
I also think when Will and I were dating and engaged, like I was in school, so I made nothing. That was pretty obvious, right? Like, but even like that was a tough conversation to have, even as a married couple, of like, truly what's going on. So first of all, I think this can be a complicated question, but I also think that the anger / resentment piece of this can be unwarranted unless you are willing to have that conversation straight on.
That was 100% what I was going to say. You can't let resentment build up if you've never talked to her about it.
Right. Because there is a high likelihood that she doesn't know. And she may assume people's assumption about paying for stuff. And part of it is the societal expectation. Part of it is like where you grew up, how your parents acted, etc. Like, I feel like, and this is me making broad generalizations just based on where I grew up, but like, I feel like in the South, this is a little bit more of a like norm of like a woman is paid for. Maybe I'm not saying that that's not a thing in like the North or the Midwest or whatever. I'm just saying like that, like traditional gender roles tend to be a little bit more firmer in the South, where like women tend to marry earlier, not have jobs, become homemakers.
Men provide kind of mantra.
I think my confusion about this, and I feel bad even like criticizing this, because I feel like people are going to be like, well, Sally's going after him because he criticized what she says. That's not true. What he factually said about the wage gap is true. What I'm confused about is that he first says her offers make him feel weird because he wants to provide for her. But then he's mad because she doesn't reciprocate and say, I'll pay for you. And now he's even more mad because he found out how much she probably makes.
But it seems like every time is like reaching his hand in like, no, let me get that.
Do you get what I'm saying? He said, I offer, she does the wallet reach. He said, now I feel like you won't let me provide for you because you're doing the wallet reach. But then because you give in, you're giving in too easy.
Yeah, he's like,
and also you don't reciprocate and go, well, let me pay for you. And then now, so all that already existed. And now he knows how much she makes ish. He doesn't know for sure.
One thing, I think I totally hear what you're saying. 3 dates in, it's one thing to be like slapping her hand away, like, nope, I got this. Or like, no, kind of thing. You're a year in now. You're more than capable of having a conversation about like, hey, I'm doing this because I feel like it's my duty to, but here's what, let's just talk about it. How do you feel? Like, are you expecting me to pay for everything? Are you expecting for me to basically like grab the check every single time?
Yeah.
And just have a chat about expectations and, all of that. And then if it goes whatever direction it goes, you can bring up like, hey, I saw a posting for this. I'm not near that, and I'm paying for everything, not because like not because you told me to, or like expect me to, just because that's the way it's been. But we're a year in now. We can talk about stuff like that. It doesn't have to be you don't have to dance around anything anymore.
I think my whole point here is that he really needs to firm up what he wants from the situation. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I think there's some resentment there, and I need him to decide, do you want to pay for her? Do you want to split everything evenly? Like, you've got to pick a point and like pick her perspective. And then if you're going to have a conversation with her, go in with a very clear, like, I've been paying for everything. I'm cool with that. I think now that we're a year in, I would like to split things. But you can't go in with 3 different arguments of like, well, I did this because I wanted to provide for you, but also now I'm annoyed, blah, blah, blah. Like, pick one lane and stick with it.
You can't say, I'm doing this because I want to provide, and then
but also you never reciprocate.
You never reciprocate, so you don't love me. It's like, whoa, time out.
So this was even before he knew the
right. Before we knew about the pay gap.
And here's the thing, like, you might be shooting yourself in the foot here, because every single time she offers to pay for herself, you're like, no, and then she gives in. She might be feeling self-conscious, like, oh, he doesn't even want me like to pay for myself. Like, why do you think she would take that next step to then pay for you if you're constantly like putting out like, no, I got it. Like, so that, but I get this, because I've, when I was dating, definitely there would be like, Megan and I do a good job of like splitting stuff up, and it's great. And, it's part of the reason I love her. But also like I remember going on a date with like a girl like 4 times, and like she like never once offered to pay. I'm like, I get all this, but like I also know that you make more money than me. I'm like in it, and kind of put me off. And like I remember like a different girl I went on a date with spent a bunch of money on dinner, and she's like, oh, I'll get drinks, and like let's get this like bike thing, and we'll go over there. And then she didn't pay for the bike thing, and then we went to a bar where she knew the bartender and got free drinks. I'm like, okay, you're not really like paying for me. You're just like playing the system. Like it made me feel really off. I'm like, yeah, I don't think there's any future.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. Like it just kind of, for me, it's sort of like it comes out in the wash. Like early on, you pay for stuff because you want to, you're courting somebody. And then as you start to get more comfortable with each other, it's like cards just kind of get thrown down. It's like, oh no, let me get this one. And you still kind of feel like you want to, but you're like, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Back to our always communication is key, having a conversation. But the most important thing for me right now, for this guy, is you have got to figure out what you want. Like the most important part of communication, especially with couples, I learned this from couples therapy, is that like, if you can't communicate your own emotions, how do you think your partner's going to know what they are? Yeah. So you've really got to take a step back, decide what you want, decide how it makes you feel, and then communicate that to her. Yeah. But right now, for me, it's a little confusing as to what he wants.
Also, I would agree.
Also, I want to I'm trying to figure out, he said they're in similar roles, similar industries or whatever. Like if you're seeing a job posting for $100K more, like, I don't know how much you like your job, but maybe you're getting underpaid at your job. Like that is like, to me, if it's the same role and it's being like 100,000 more, you might need to be able to go to your boss and be like, well, this is what they're offering.
Her
like,
same role.
Okay. But like, then they say didn't he say they're similar industries?
He said they're similar industries, but her same role at her company makes, call it 200 and say he's at 100. Like you're just like, wait a second. But so he must have thought she made similar to him and now finds out she makes more than him by that much.
Yeah. I'm not saying like join her company, but I'm like very interested to see, like, is your company not doing as well as her company? Like there seems, I would like to go into that too. Be like, cause you might be getting underpaid from your own company too. That'd be pretty shitty.
I agree.
Next one.
Let's talk about Lola blankets first.
We're having a huge sale right now, by the way.
Well, you should do our sale.
Okay.
At the mail-in, because Lola blankets is the most comfortable, most dynamic, most washable, most soft, most insert adjective here blanket you can possibly take home. Sally, I know you're a fan of Lola blankets. I know your dog is a bigger fan of what Lola does. What does Lola do for Rosie?
Well, we've got the most comfy bed that Rosie loves, our children love. Actually, this morning, Charlie went and curled up next to her on her, like, because it's
That's
like
how
a
much room you
sofa
have.
basically. But our kids also love their Lola blankets. We have them all over our house. We have her bed. We have a Lola blanket on our bed that she lays on. We have a Lola blanket on our couch that she lays on. Our children have Lola blankets. The beauty of it is that we have a dog. She's gross because she goes outside, that you can wash the Lola blanket. Rosie had recently fleas, which was really upsetting. And that thing, I immediately tossed that in the washer. And I never worried about ruining it, which was great. Like, I was like, followed the instructions, washed it every day like I was supposed to for her to, and like, she's just back to relaxing on it.
You
on
said
her little sofa.
Somehow the softness remains no matter how many washes.
That's the thing. When you wash regular blankets, things like that, or even a dog bed, you're like, especially stuff that is like fluffy, like velvety, soft,
sweetie, softy.
It gets like our kids, their little like stuffies like get matted down. That is not the case for the little blanket. Like, I washed it, I air fluffed, like I kind of air dried it and fluffed it, and it was like exactly. And honestly, like, I didn't even fully follow the directions. I like regular dried it one time too, and it was totally fine. Don't get mad at me, Lola, but I did do that.
Just regular dry, and it was good to go.
Yeah.
Shh, we won't tell them that. For a limited time, our listeners can get 40% off select Lola blankets with code MAILIN at checkout. Just head to lolablankets.com and use code MAILIN to get 40% off your order. And after you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you. Wrap yourself in luxury with Lola blankets. Sal, I'm going to do number 4. Let's do 4 and 5.
Okay.
To polish this off here. What's up, guys? My wife has stopped putting all... Goodness, we're just getting people in trouble.
People are pissed at their significant others.
My wife has stopped putting in effort at all in our relationship. So I'm wondering if I'm wrong to let it bother me. For context, she has completely let go of eating healthy. I try to eat moderately well while not killing myself in the process. However, she orders fast food for every single meal, and it's not worth the argument, so I give in too. She used to put in effort to look good for herself and impress me, but now it's always a big t-shirt and leggings or pajamas. Pajama? You say pajama or pajama?
Jamma.
Jamma.
I'm a jamma.
Pajamas.
My pajama.
I don't know.
She used to at least be willing to go do fun things with me, get a few drinks after dinner, or be willing to adventure. Now, she never wants to leave home. She'd prefer to order in and watch TV. This has led to a lost spark in the bedroom department, too. I do not care how she looks. She's an amazing and beautiful person inside and out. But I do miss the effort to care for herself and impress me. I put in effort for myself, for her, and for my kids. I want to be healthy enough to see them grow up and do things with them. I also enjoy doing things the weekend outside of sitting at home. Basically, should I approach this topic with her or stop letting it bother me?
Yeah, you should broach it with her.
Communicate.
But like, okay, here's my issue with this. If you haven't said anything to her yet,
the behaviors, there's no disincentive for it to continue or not continue.
And also, like, everything is a phase. Like, it sounds like they have kids.
Sure do.
People are out here just fucking tired. Okay.
You had a big Tuesday yesterday, it looked like.
Yeah, I did.
Sometimes you have a Tuesday.
I did end up working out, actually.
Okay.
People are tired. Like, Will and I go through this. Will is like, in the summer, he's like, I don't even want to do anything because it's so hot outside. Like, I can't even get the energy to go outside because I'll be just absolutely blasted with heat.
Mm-hmm.
We had this conversation last week while we were in Michigan where he's like, I felt invigorated because I could literally be outside like gardening.
Isn't it amazing?
And then it's like, you know, that like, it's like the opposite of seasonal depression. It's like seasonal depression, but like not because you can't go out. It is because you can't go outside, but it's like for a different reason, not because it's cold, because it's hot. And that's something we communicate about. Like, I'll even say to him, like, you know, we really need to like go get out of the house, whatever. And he's like, I can't. It's too hot. Like, I don't want to. She may have a reason. She might be depressed. She might be really fucking tired. She might be overwhelmed. I'm not saying that that's on him to like, he's wrong for feeling this way, but
Right.
also, of course, you shouldn't just let it go. If she's like fully changed who she was, and it doesn't even sound like he's expecting her to always be like that, but it's a major change from what she used to be.
Right.
I think you should just lead with that. Like, I'm not saying that we need to get out and go out and like you need to dress up or whatever every day, but you've gone from one end of the spectrum to the opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe we meet in the middle, but like, what's going on? Like, what led to this? If you're tired, totally get it. Like, let's veg out. Let me pick up this. Let's get help. Like, whether it's like one of our parents coming over to watch the kids, or, you know, like I make dinners on these 2 nights of the week. Like, I think for parents, especially young parents, but parents in general, it's really tough because if you can afford help, awesome. That's amazing. You are blessed. But a lot of people are not in a position where they can like have a babysitter come so they can go have a date night or have extra hands. So it's up to you, like you as partners, to pick up the slack for each other when you're both working, exhausted, etc. That is a tough place to be in, but I think communicating about it and being like, what can I take off your plate? Like, what if that means like I do the grocery shopping or I get up with the kids and we take turns, then that's what needs to happen, right? Like, maybe that's what's going on with her. Maybe she's sad about something. Maybe she is going through something. Like, you've got to ask.
Right. The one thing I think if it's like she's just doom scrolling for 6 hours a day and just like that loop, she is entrenched in it. That's one I think you nip in the bud. Like, hey, put the phone away. Let's go. Like, even if we're just sitting here together.
Yeah.
Let's get off the phone kind of thing. That's one that
it just sounds like she doesn't have the energy to like try.
And it's,
which
and
is
it's sort
okay.
of, but it's also like a feedback loop of eat like shit, feel like shit, do nothing, and look, feel bad about yourself, and then just kind of like put the t-shirt on and put the sweatpants on, and here we go, around and around we go.
I think the important thing for him to communicate to her is like, there can be a balance. Like, we can have lazy Thursdays or whatever. And you don't have to be like, I said this last night, you don't have to be like in full optimization mode, life maxing all the time.
No. Yeah.
But let's have a home cooked meal. And maybe some of that is on you to like pick it up. Unfortunately, that is the case for a lot of parents right now. Everyone who's in a partnership, it's like sometimes you got to pick up the slack even when you're fucking tired too. Because one person's just going through it, you know? And I think it's worth like talking to her and just being, are you okay? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Get to the bottom of something first. If there's something to get to the bottom of.
And then find ways to support her, whether that's like taking something off her plate, whether that's taking the kids out of the house, whether that's finding someone to watch the kids so you can go do something.
So maybe it's just getting out of the house, just the two of you, and you don't need to socialize with a million people. Just like, let's get a date night on the books.
Yeah.
Thursday night, we're going to Applebee's. Put on something tight. Let's go.
There's 2 things I want to address in this too, reading into his question. Or stop letting it bother me. You're not going to, you can't just like turn that off. It's going to bother you, and that's just going to build up and turn to resentment. And then you're going to, like the question we had last time, and just going to get like upset about things. So like, you can't just like shut that off. So you need to solve this. And another thing that he said was every single meal, like she gets fast food for every single meal, and it's not worth the argument. I think that's a problem too, that you, the writer, that you're saying it's not worth the argument. Sometimes you need to argue. Yeah. Like, it's important. Communication is an argument sometimes. And I know you just said this about the fast food thing, but that might be seeping into other things that you're not addressing your problems. It's worth the argument sometimes.
But also getting to the bottom of why she wants to order fast food. Does she wants pizza, or she doesn't want to cook? Right?
Sure,
like,
right. Yeah. It's
like sometimes we're like, we're going to order fast food, or we're ordering pizza or whatever it is because our house just got cleaned. Or Will's like, I would love for you to make a meal, but that's going to put me with the kids for an hour, like trying to entertain them. And I'm really fucking tired today. Can we order pizza so that you don't have to cook, so that we can team up and parent these children together versus like you being in the kitchen and me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like there's times where he's like, I would love if you want to cook, that's great. But what if we both take the night off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get to the bottom of why she wants fast food.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
is she craving it? Or like
every day?
Or can you make the meal?
Yeah,
right? Like
right. I think you're exactly right. We got to get to the bottom of like where are these things.
But I totally agree,
from.
Randy. It is worth like talking about. Like because again, it's not addressing it is only going to let it spiral further to the point where you like are going to need couples therapy, because you aren't going to have somebody else to like, you're going to need an objective third party because you have spent so little time communicating that you now need somebody to mediate the communication. So do it now.
Yeah. Do it now with your person before you need a third party to do it.
Yeah.
Sally, you want to take this one?
Yeah. Let me read it real fast. Hey, Brett and Sally. Question for Sally. As a guy, help me understand the appeal of being an influencer. It seems exhaustive, invasive, and performative. What's the appeal? Is it money, free stuff, vanity, or something else? On the last pod, you said you were trying out being an influencer, but it was a lot of work. I see people going this route and assume it's just financially motivated, but you seem to have a pretty lavish lifestyle already. Thanks. Okay, so I kind of agree. It is exhaustive, invasive, and feels performative. I also think that
like wake surfing, apparently.
Like wake surfing.
Yeah.
That's something that I kind of have been grappling with, because I think posting stuff online can be cringe.
Of course.
And then you have to also realize like that you can't care about what other people think, and then you just have to kind of go for it. Part of the reason that I started Sal Gals was originally, and still kind of is, like a tongue-in-cheek, like
it's a bit. At its core, it was a bit.
It is and was a bit. The other reason that I like picked it up in the last year, because I've had this account for years that I never posted to, is because I had a lot of photography of myself. Thank you, Instagram husband Will, that I felt weird about putting on my regular Instagram, but I wanted to share because I like the photos and I think they're nice. But it felt weird like posting it next to like pictures of my kids. Right. And so I just kind of separated the two. I also think it's fun. Like I have a full-time job, so I don't like need the influencer income. I'm also not making money off of it. So if I was, I'm doing this full time, I'm doing a very bad job of it. But people were already asking me for
recs or
recommendations or tips or links, etc. So it just seemed easier to put it in one location. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I get it. I think that being part of this culture while also being able to critique the culture is interesting, because I think that there are people that I'm like, this is a wear out. And I know that people feel that way about me, which is fine. Like, I think it's a good exercise in trying to be self-aware, and maybe I'm doing a really bad job of it, but I hope that it's coming from across people from a genuine place. Like I afford the stuff I can afford because I have a totally different full-time job. I'm not like getting sent free shit. That would be great. If you want to send me anything for free, please do. But I mean, like, it's kind of fun. People ask me stuff, so I'm like, I'll show you. And maybe no one cares. And if you don't, that's fine too. Like
that's like every influencer doesn't need to be for everybody. Like I'll lay it out more frankly and bluntly than you do, because it's the reason people do this, influencer or just try to gain followings to get I'm sure it's money, it's free stuff. It's like the ability to do your job, quote unquote, from anywhere.
Yeah.
You can be a TikToker, whatever. You can do it from your house. You can do it from a vacation spot. You can do it from an office, a studio. Like you can do your job 24/7 or, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. Like it just provides it's freedom if you get to a level of actually influencing. You can
Yeah.
build a lifestyle off of it. That's the appeal. Like you can do your job from anywhere at any time. And it's still a job. It's still, you have to edit and uh post and be on top of things, be on top of analytics. You have to build a community. You have to respond to people. Like it's community 1 and it's freedom 2. And then like if you do that well enough, then it's money, free stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And like travel's cool. I'm going to Vail, Colorado, if you're listening to this today, because of Sunday Scaries, aka sort of a semi-influencing platform, which is awesome.
But that's it's still a job.
It's a job. Yeah, exactly. But it's
I think doing this and watching Will and y'all operate an internet company has been pretty eye-opening for me as somebody who like works not even a 9 to 5 because I don't work a corporate job, but like I work a like medical job.
Yeah.
It's still a job. I mean, Will works more than I do. A lot at home. Like, it's just a different type of work. And I think that was an important lesson for me to learn, even kind of like understanding the difference between like my friends' corporate jobs and my medical job and this job. And I think the community piece is really important for me. Like you alluded to me posting last night, which we're recording this on Wednesday, but like of just being like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And like having a bunch of people DM me and being like, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Like, it is really nice I have friends and I have people I can count on, but it's also like nice to know that there's like a whole other world out there that also agrees with you about stuff.
Totally.
And like can commiserate with you. I don't know. I totally get where this question's coming from. And I also don't think of it like as a hater. Like I grapple with the same things too. There are times where I'm like, does anybody care about my voice? And if you don't, that's fine. Like
keep scrolling. Yeah. It's like, that's every,
I think
every account.
I think that's probably something that y'all have to deal with in media a lot is like, not every person's going to like you. And learn that honestly is like a lesson in itself. It's like that exercise of being okay with people not liking you is important.
Or people just even being indifferent about you. Like, oh, not for me. That can happen at the bar if you meet some, like you sit down, perfect example, like your girlfriend is best friends with her friend. Your girlfriend's friend's boyfriend sits down across from you. You might have jack shit to talk about.
Right.
You might find a best friend. Like that, not everybody's going to like everybody or everything.
I honestly think the existing in this world where people can comment about you without
anonymously
without
consequence
is a very big exercise in humility and I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but like understanding that like people are going to have their opinions and you can't let that affect your self-worth or your mental health, even though it oftentimes does. But that is like a huge lesson that I am learning that I'm trying to teach my kids, like, is that people are going to say petty shit about you. This is such an important lesson that I learned when I was a teenager that I'm learning again as a 37-year-old. Is like, people will hate you for dumb reasons. You wore a dumb outfit, or you have bad vocal fry, or people don't like the way that you operate on said podcast, whatever. That is their opinion. That is not your business. Like, I mean, you can make it your business, but it's also like, I think it's important to take in feedback and know the stuff that actually affects you and things that you want to work on. Because there is times people say stuff about me on the Reddit that I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that about that perspective. I'm glad I have that now.
Totally, yeah.
I'm gonna try to adjust how I act. And then there's stuff that's petty that I'm like, okay, I gotta just let that go. And that's really hard. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Like, as somebody who really used to care what people think, it's a hard lesson for me to realize, like, I need to care about what people think that are close to me and care about me and love me. But I can't like let every single person's opinion of me shape who I am at my core. Like, I'm just going to be who I am.
100%.
I'm having like a full body reaction to this right now. I don't know if it's the coffee or like me having a fucking existential crisis on a podcast.
I think I could add some perspective in here too. Cause I mean, I do like entertainment stuff. I like to try to think myself more as a content creator.
I did enjoy your last vid on softcore history, by the way.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. So stuff like that. Like I think about the thing that always holds me back is like, I like doing it for entertainment.
Right.
Like, that's why I got into this industry and all that. Cause like, I like entertaining people and like having it, maybe it's a little vanity, but like seeing that people are liking it and like engaging with it and like getting joy from it is kind of where I came from it. And some like influencers, they're not for me. They do annoy me sometimes, but I look at their following and people like comment like, clearly this is for someone and those people are enjoying it. So like, I'm like, maybe, you know, not for me. I'm just going to take a step back. And like Sally said, it is a lot of work. I mean, it's not like a hard, you know, labor job, but I don't think a lot of people see how much like one video can take.
It's tedious.
Like, it's very tedious. And to do that day in, day out, like every single day, and like creative burnout does happen. It is it's not the easiest job in the world. People look at influencers and go like, oh, it must be so easy. Like, especially getting started, it is difficult because you could put all this work in and then it goes nowhere. Like, how many actors are trying to be Hollywood stars that are still like, you know, waitresses and waiters at
Glenn Powell grinded for 2 decades.
Exactly.
Basically.
So it's a grind, but I think even I do the most posting when I'm not like in the office, when I'm like out on a vacation or doing something.
Yeah.
Cause to me, that is part of the fun. It's like, oh, I'm showing you this fun stuff. I'm making jokes and all that, and like interacting with people in the DMs that are like got my joke or all that. It's a fun thing to do. Like, it's
so I think like, why does anybody do anything? It's like, why do artists paint?
Well, but it's like there is an aspect of me that, especially being very extroverted growing up, who's now kind of like an extroverted introvert who loves my alone time.
Sure.
But there is an aspect, probably Randy and Brett, you both get this, of like performing. Like there is a part of me that like does enjoy being the center of attention.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. I'll admit it. I do. It's a fun thing to do.
Like kind of commanding a room. But then you also are like, I actually hate the attention being up. Like, I go back and forth. There are times where I love it. And then there's times where I'm like, I don't want to, I just want to be
it's
alone.
A mix.
Yeah.
And like, I think about my sundress video. I had this idea, thought it was great. And like, I'm like getting stuff together. I'm like, oh, should I do this? Like, this is going to be stupid. I'm like, no, let's push through it. Let's do it. And I did all the work, edited, and like, I hovered over that post button for like a good minute. Cause I'm like, I don't think this is like, whatever. And then I just posted it. And then now 12 million views later.
I was just
and like,
saying,
I got like interviewed about like by, you know, New York Times. So it's like things like that. There is a lot of anxiety with these things, but you know, it's still a fun thing to do. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. You got to take shots.
I do have the unique perspective of being, this is my 10th year on the internet, so to speak, being a whatever semi-public figure. None of which were my own. Like, I was on my own accord, not like I'm going to go create content for Barstool. You just kind of get pulled into stuff there. Came to Washed Media to be the director of business development, not a podcast host or not a whatever. So I've never been center of attention guy. I've never been the clown. I've never been funny. I've never been a content person. I've always liked the operations of stuff. I like science and math and data and analytics and like the back end stuff. I've always been able to talk to people and sell to people, whatever. But so it kind of coming at it from a different perspective, it's just once you start putting stuff out there at all, you get a spectrum of response, critique, this, that. I used to have the same thing with you. What really pissed me off is when somebody would just have somebody blatantly wrong about me
Mhm.
or my a belief of mine. Like, Brett did this. He can't do that. He shouldn't speak on that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, actually, you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I want to respond so badly. And I just, for years, I've been like, not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
There's so many times people on the Reddit like talk about like what they think is happening behind the scenes. And it's
Yeah.
like, you are just so fucking off. You don't know anything
Correct.
that's
And
happening.
you want so badly to just respond through the night. And I banned, I deleted Reddit. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I deleted Reddit at Barstool.
Mm-hmm.
I would get off Twitter at because it's like, people would be like, oh, you fucking idiot. You Dave's flight, this and that. Like, you don't know what actually happened.
Yeah.
Nothing I say is going to trump Portnoy's opinion on whatever. So why bother?
And
when you're learning to do that.
When you say you assume it's financially motivated, I think we've told you plenty enough that it's not, like, it's not passion, but maybe a little bit. Like, if you can get to a big enough like following that you're doing this stuff for fun and your passion, and then you can start making money off of like what you like to do and like putting your passion out there. That's what everyone's ultimate goal is.
Isn't that the ultimate goal for everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, it's the same thing as an artist. It's the same thing as a photographer. It's the same, any creative or creative adjacent occupation on the planet is like that. Like, wouldn't this guy plays golf? Would you not love to be good enough at golf that you get paid to play it? Like, that's what everybody wants to do. I want to write. I like to write. In a perfect world, I get paid to write. I am a long way away from doing so. But like, everybody's got something that they want to do, unless you just love doing Microsoft Teams calls every day and you get paid to do that. So I don't know. This went in a different direction, but it got me fired up.
Yeah. I think he just says, I see people going this route and assume is financially motivated. It could be. I mean, like, if you can make a following and make money off of your passions and creativity, everyone wants to do that.
I think maybe some people go in. I don't think these people are successful. Sorry. Majority of the time, if somebody sees like dollar signs, is like, I'm going to do that because of the money. Like, I don't think those people a lot of the time end up.
Yeah, no one's going into acting or music
or
just being like, I'm
influencing, doing it for the money. They're doing it because I have this niche.
They have
like running Pokemon cards, making charcuterie boards on airplanes, like whatever your niche is. It's like, I like doing this. I'm going to do this to get a dopamine hit from the engagement, get a creative outlet going that that distracts me from my job that's monotonous every day. And if I do well with it enough to get some sort of following or a free cutting board or a free trip to the Bahamas, whatever it might be, that's a cherry on top. I'm not doing it to be famous, to have $1 million, to whatever.
And content creation is still a very new thing. Like, YouTube just came out in like 2008 or something like that. So like,
whatever.
That was like the beginning of content creation. And I guarantee you, every big creator on their way up, the first time they got like paid for an ad or something like that, went like, whoa, holy shit, like I get to like make money off this. Like, I think that even people starting out now, if they were able to sell an ad, they'd be like, this is amazing. So it is part of it, but like, it is just a fun thing.
Honestly, once you start making money on it, whether that's an Instagram account, whether that's a podcast, it becomes a job. Especially once you fully cut the rope and it's like, we're on the raft now in the content world. Like, there's no 9 to 5 that we can fall back on to provide money for this offshoot. We're in it. So you better keep doing content and do it well, because now that's your revenue source.
That's it.
Knock on wood, where we've been for 7 fucking years now.
Yeah. Well, we can keep talking, but we got circling back.
Wow. Yes. Follow sal.gals, everyone. I'm just kidding.
Follow at Brett Merriman _
at Randy Trimbacki.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Randy. You'll be in Montana next week.
I will.
Speaking of
be in Montana,
doing some salad galsing.
No, actually visiting some family as well too.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good episode. Uncle G, shoot us a DM. You're the man.
Definitely
keep up the good fight.
A lot about D&D.
And Randy can D&D you your way into. You'll probably be sick of cancer and sick of Randy equally. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.